Hi everyone, Mike McCormick coming to you from inside the Modern Muscle Cars showroom here in sunny Central Florida. Today I've got a really special car I want you to have a look at. This has been a project that's been many months in the making, and today it's finished and it's ready for sale. This is a 1957 Chevrolet Bel Air, and it's one of the nicest, most complete 100% Restomod that you're going to find anywhere in this country. Now I'm going to show you what's under the hood. We're going to put it on a rack and show you what's underneath, but first let's go for a spin. So like I said, this has been many months in the making, and we have spared no expense to make this one of the nicest restorations and total Restomod that you're going to find anywhere. The best motor, everything on this car is new. We equipped this with a LS3 with a hot cam and a Tremec 5-speed manual transmission, the finest suspension, electric steering. This runs and drives like a new car. It turns like a new car, stops like a new car. The ride is amazing. The feel of this is really, you have to drive it. It's hard to explain. No, we offer financing on these cars as well. All of our classics, Restomods, 10% down, very competitive rates, up to 144 months. So, if it's financing you need, just give us a call. We can fix you up. Let's check out what's under the hood. This came to us with a brand new crate 350. But it wasn't a total Restomod, not with an old style crate motor. So we pulled that out and we put in a brand new LS3 with a hot cam. This is not an engine that's been pulled out of another car that was used. It's brand new. And also, for peace of mind, this motor comes with a 2-year, 24,000 mile warranty. And as you can see, the install is extremely clean. We've spent so many hours, our speed shop spent so many hours to hide everything so you don't see any wires, you don't see any boxes, you don't see any control units. All of that stuff is still there, but it's very well hidden. So all you see is motor and a really super clean install. Super nice firewall, fender wells. This is a show car that's going to win best of show in a lot of shows that you're in if you're a car show guy. I just want to say a couple words about Restomods in general. That term gets thrown around pretty loosely by both dealers and individuals. I see cars that are advertised as Restomods that actually have old motors, original motors. I've seen cars that they maybe put a new crate motor in and a set of Willwood brakes and they call it a Restomod. The word Restomod doesn't mean restored modified. It means restored modern. It's restored with modern technology, modern equipment, modern motors, modern transmission, modern suspension, modern steering, all modern by today's standards. When you restore, like in this case, a 57 Chevrolet with original parts, it could be a wonderful car. Nothing wrong with that. But if you're going to call a car a Restomod, it needs to be modern equipment, modern parts, stop like a new car, turn like a new car, drive like a new car, and ride like a new car. And that is the definition of a true Restomod. So when you see dealers throwing the word Restomod around, double check a little bit and make sure that it really is a Restomod and not just restored with some modified parts. So as I said, we got this as a complete frame-off restoration. Paint's new, everything is new, bumpers are new, all the chrome is new. Pretty much everything about this car is new. The mirrors, the glass, all the trim. There's no Bondo in this car. I'll prove that to you later on. The doors open and close like they should. All the lines are great. There's just nothing to say but good about this car. We've got brand new rims on this car, brand new tires. We have Willwood brakes all the way around, the very best brakes you can get. Slotted and drilled rotors. Again, there's no Bondo in this car. I'll show you that later. The paint is, obviously it's new paint, shiny as it can be. Comb your hair in it. This car's ready to go. It can be in your driveway. Okay, I'm going to go put this on the lift and show you what's underneath. And afterwards, we're going to go to Daytona. Okay, we've got the 57 Chevy Restomod up on our lift, and I'm standing here with Josh Hart. And this year you're going to see Josh pilot a top fuel dragster at some of the NHRA events. So he's running top fuel this year. And in addition to that, he owns Bernie's Speed Shop, which is next door. They're one of the more premier shops here in the state of Florida. And they did the majority of work on this Restomod that we got here. So Josh, would you take a minute and come underneath this thing and look at it with me and kind of point out some of the things that we did?
Sure, absolutely, Mike. Thanks for having me.
You bet.
Guess we'll just work from the back to the front.
Yeah, and I think what we want to show is basically when we handed this off to you guys, we said spare no expense and the best parts. And of course, we know you have the best workmanship over there.
Appreciate
but
that.
we wanted the very best of everything wherever possible. So did we do a good job here?
Fabulous job. Absolutely fabulous job. All the big names you'll find on this particular build. You got the Willwood brakes. You've got RideTech suspension through and through. Nice coilover, fully adjustable, drilled and slotted rotors. You start off getting into some of the exhaust systems are too loud and too soft. This has got a nice rumble to it with Flowmasters. It's got all the provisions for cutouts. It does not have cutouts, but it's there just in case a guy wanted to add them. We really didn't get too crazy with the horsepower, but it's an awesome car. Great drivability. It's got the LS3 hot cam in it. So if you want to get in this car and drive to California, this thing will get you there.
And that was our goal, to have a cruiser that's actually full, complete, 100% Restomod, nothing left to the imagination, and one that a guy could get in and go anywhere without fear of having issues or having to work on it or anything else like that.
Yeah, this is super user friendly, and we tried to put in as many provisions as we could come up with, like external power steering cooler, just to keep everything cooler than normal. It's got Flaming River, an awesome setup, awesome company for your steering. We relocated the coils, kind of a cool feature that MSD offers, so we kind of move some things around so the top of the engine compartment just looks super clean. Not like a traditional LS where you've got the coils mounted on top of the valve covers. Can't go wrong with a Tremec or an XCD clutch. Just name brands through and through. Clear down to like Dirty Dingo is a cool company for adjustable LS3 motor mounts. So even when a guy looks at the bottom of this car, you can see there really was no expense spared. It really shows well top and bottom. It's just as pretty on both.
Well, thanks for the walkthrough. We appreciate it, and we look forward to the next project.
Thanks for having me, Mike.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
And of course, to have a quality build on a Restomod like this, you have to start with a quality donor car to begin with. And of course, this car was a frame-off restoration even before we got it and began the motor and other things that we transformed to make it a true Restomod that it is. I want to show you that there's no Bondo in this car. Everywhere I put this magnet, it sticks. If there was Bondo there, it wouldn't stick to it. These are traditional places that cars have a serious problem with rust, and so typically a lot of cars have Bondo in them. As you can see, this one doesn't have any issue with that. Nowhere on the car. It's all metal. All of these fenders, everything that you saw from underneath when we were underneath there, everything is absolutely flawless with this car. And that don't mean that there's not any Bondo anywhere, because there's always a little bit. Straighten up maybe a dent or a scratch or a gouge here and there. But what you want to avoid is big, heavy areas where they've really packed them full of Bondo, and the magnet will always let you know that if you have a car like that. In this case, we have 100% metal everywhere, so first class build, top, bottom, inside and outside. So now that this car is done, we like to put a few miles on them to make sure that we don't have any issues with anything. So we're going to head to Daytona. There's a big car show over there tomorrow. We're going to go attend the car show and put this in it. And we're going to put a few hundred miles on the car, have a little fun. And I'll let you know how we did as soon as we get back. Sweet sounding pipes. Well, just got back from Daytona. What a day we had. Put a couple 100 miles on the car, did some cruising up and down A1A, got so many looks from so many people, people blowing the horns, giving me the thumbs up. Got a lot of attention at the car show, a lot of attention. It was genuinely a gigantic hit at the car show. Come down here and take this for a spin at Modern Muscle Cars. You won't believe the drivability of this. This is a car that you can get in and go anywhere you want to go without fear of having to work on it. That motor is going to be good for 100,000 miles before it even needs a tune-up. So come on down and we'll take it for a spin.